Hey, what's up guys, Klein here. So this is my game 2 against a Black Craniumon deck on my very first face-to-face Digimon TCG tournament. Okay, so I've actually lost my game 1, so this is game 2. And I've already uploaded my video on the game 3, which I've uploaded first before this one, so my apologies. I'll link the game 3 video down below. So again, I'm using a deck which is composed of a Lilithmon, Hammer Spark, Cerberusmon card combo. So the goal of the deck is to just extend my plays using Hammer Spark or Jack Raid, and then just do some crazy option card combos with Lilithmon. So I lost the die roll, so my opponent goes first. He digivolves into his Toy Agumon. And then I think he digivolves again. Yep. So he digivolves again into his Greymon for the black deck. So he gives me 2 memory to start. Okay, I hatch an egg. And then I hard played a Raremon. So what Raremon does is, whenever you play a Raremon, you get to reveal the top 3 cards of your deck and get 1 option card from those 3 cards, and you put the rest of the cards onto your trash. Unfortunately, I whiffed with my Raremons and I didn't reveal any option cards, so all of those 3 cards was transferred to my trash pile. Okay, so my opponent now digivolves into his Metal Greymon. And now, since Metal Greymon has Reboot and it has Greymon on its inheritable skill, Metal Greymon now has Jamming and Reboot. Okay, so Metal Greymon attacks. So Security Check is a Plutomon. Even though Plutomon is a 12k DP Digimon, his Metal Greymon survives because it has Jamming. My opponent now hard plays a, I think it's a clear Toy Agumon if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I finally draw Rookie. I digivolve for free with Vmon. And then I digivolve with Lady Devimon. So Lady Devimon's effect is I draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards at the same time. Lady Devimon is just good whenever you wanna if you wanna dig up some cards that you need, and of course at the same time you're gonna put tons of cards on your trash pile, which is the core game, the core gameplay of this deck. Okay, now I'm at 0 memory. I can't remember what was my next play. I'm not sure if I was thinking if I should digivolve. Okay, so I guess I just... Okay, so I remember my plan during this turn was to just play Matt Ishida so that I can get my Plutomon from the trash pile onto my hand, so that next turn in case my opponent does digivolve into a level 6, I have a Plutomon on my hand which I can digivolve from Lady Devimon, and then I can cast my Hell's Gate for free. Okay, so my opponent digivolves into a blocker. So he still has 3 memory left. And then he digivolves into a War Greymon. So War Greymon both has Reboot and Blocker. And since it has Greymon on its Digivolution source, it also gets jammed. So my opponent attacks bravely because it has jamming, and luckily I get to check a Mimi. And at the same time, I forgot to mention, since his War Greymon has Metal Greymon on its Digivolution source, it also has security +1 attack. Fortunately, I get to security check a Kaiser Nail, so I get to remove my Raremon from my Digivolution source, and then its on-play effect triggers again. So I was actually thinking if I should get a Kaiser Nail again or a Necrophobia from the top 3 cards that Raremon has revealed. But I think I chose Necrophobia because I was planning to either free cast a Necrophobia or a Hell's Gate if I'm gonna Digivolve into my Plutomon. Okay, so now I Digivolve into a Plutomon. So my opponent gave me 3 memory. Plutomon costs 4 to Digivolve. So Plutomon's effect is I draw 2 cards and then I could play a 6 cost or below option card for free. So I played a Hell's Gate, and then since I have Mimi on play, whenever I play an option card, I can tap Mimi and then I gain +1 memory. So now I'm back at 0 memory and it's still my turn. Okay, at the same time, since I casted a Hell's Gate, Lady Devimon's inheritable skill triggers, which is I get to destroy a level 3 Digimon of my opponent whenever I play an option card. So now I attack with Vmon, which is jamming. Okay, my opponent reveals a Millenniumon, which is not a problem since Vmon has jamming. So Vmon and Demi Vmon's role in this deck is actually just to draw me more cards, because I really need tons of cards on my hand if I want to combo out on my deck. Okay, so now I'm also attacking with Raremon. I was actually hoping that my opponent's gonna block with his blocker so that I can in return attack his blocker with my Plutomon. So it was kind of like a bait, hoping my opponent would block, and yep, he blocks. So now I attack my Plutomon with his to his blocker. So during these times, I was just thinking of controlling the board state, because I'm now down to 2 security piles and my opponent still has 4, and aggroing out at the early stages of this game isn't really gonna help me much, so I'm just gonna play defensively for now and then try to build up more on my board state, and then maybe after a few turns I can go for a big swing. Okay, now I play Necrophobia. I was actually kind of surprised during this when I played this Necrophobia, because I was actually hoping that I have a Cerberusmon on my trash pile, but unfortunately I did not have any. But I still have a level 6, which is Lady Devimon, so I just played Lady Devimon instead. Okay, so for those of you who doesn't know what Necrophobia does is, so Necrophobia, you can get a level 6 Digimon from your trash onto the play without paying its cost, but its on-play effect doesn't trigger. Okay, so now my opponent digivolves into his Metal Greymon again. It's like deja vu. He still has a perfect Digivolution source on his Metal Greymon. It has reboot, jamming, and if he digivolves it into a level 6, it also has security +1 attack. Okay, so my opponent plans on aggroing me out, so he attacks my security. And then my opponent plays his Chumon. So my opponent's strategy here is to stopping me to gain memory using Hammer Spark, because what Chumon does is your opponent cannot gain any memory except for the skills of the Tamer. But unfortunately, I do have a Lady Devimon on my Plutomon's Digivolution source. So I can just play Hammer Spark and then trigger my Lady Devimon's effect first, so that I can destroy Chumon before I can trigger my Hammer Spark's effect. So just a tip, you have to be careful which skills you have to trigger first, so that you won't your opponent can take advantage of your misplays. Okay, so my Vmon attacks, it has jamming. Now I'm trying to count how many cards are in my trash pile, because I think I have some Jack Raid on my hand. Okay, so as you can see, since my opponent only has one Digimon on the field, and I don't think Black has any rush Digimon other than Darkdramon, I'm trying to aggro out my opponent now. So I'm putting as much pressure as possible on the field. So I played Jack's Raid to extend my to increase my memory, and then I hardcast a Cerberusmon, and then I hardcast a Cerberusmon Werewolf mode. And my Cerberusmon Werewolf mode cost me no memory at all, because I get to sacrifice another Cerberusmon. So it nullifies the memory cost of hardcasting Cerberusmon. So after the barrage of attacks, now my opponent has no security pile left, and I'm planning to win next turn. Okay, during this play, I played 2 more Jack's Raid, because I think I'm planning to memory starve my opponent here. So I'm back at 2 memory, and then yeah, so I played another Kaiser Nail for 4. I'm giving my opponent 2 memory. Now I have 3 or 4 Digimons I have 4 possible attacks next turn, and my opponent only has 2 memory, which is kind of low if he wants to Digivolve into a level 6, because most of the level 6s of Black cost like 3 or 4 memory to Digivolve. So if he plans to Digivolve now, it will be my turn. So my opponent is on the pinch, and yeah, he scoops, so that's GG. So that's it for my Game 2 video. If you love the gameplay, do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll also leave on the description below the link for my deck list of this certain deck. And of course, leave a comment down below if you want to suggest anything, or maybe your thoughts on this deck list, or if I made any misplays along the way. I guess that's it for today, guys. See you next time. Peace out.